Welcome. Now we will go to our item service IMPL and say implements item service interface and hover on it and say implement methods. So it's going to implement all the methods for us with the dummy implementation. Perfect. And now we need to make sure one thing that this class gets memory and the memory will be provided by the Spring Bean. So we need to make this as a Spring Bean and we can do that by saying service annotation. Now this becomes a singleton Spring Bean for which the memory will be made available and we can easily use it. So let's go ahead and use this. So we'll take this and go ahead and inject it in our controller because from our controller we will be making call to our service. So I will say private service item service and here we will say auto wired. Auto wired means that whenever this bean is calling any methods of its implementing class, then the memory should be made available according to this annotation to this bean. So this becomes a singleton bean, and that reference of that memory should be made available here in the controller by doing injection. That's where AutoAdd helps injecting the available singleton bean live instance into our controller. So now we can basically go ahead and call this method. So here we can just say item service dot add item. We can pass the item DTO as is, and whatever is returned, we will capture it here and send it back. Similarly, here also we'll say item service dot get all items. We'll say all items. Then similarly we will say item service dot get detail and we'll pass the ID to it. Then we got item service dot update item title or sorry update item this in this case and pass the ID. Then we will have the logic for updating this. So we'll say item service dot item title and in this case we need to pass the ID as well. So we'll say at the rate path variable long ID. So we'll get the ID from here. We'll take that and pass the ID first and then we'll pass the item DTO. And what we could do is we could even return the whole DTO here. And now we need to update this method because it is taking extra parameters. So we'll say long ID and here as well long ID. Perfect. And finally, the delete endpoint. So we'll say item service dot delete item and we'll just pass the ID. So it will delete it. And of course, this method returns nothing. So we will get rid of this. Perfect. So this way we can create a service implementation for all our methods and integrate it to our controller layer by making the service as bean and then injecting it into controller with auto wired and simply call all the methods. Perfect. This was it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.